So there's a little bit of a background to Union College. It's one of the oldest colleges in the country, and it was developed for a specific reason. Here in Schenectady, there were hundreds of years ago, there were these men who wanted to instill moral sensibilities within the people who lived and worked in Schenectady. And they thought there's no better way of doing that than creating a college where they could impart, you know, their moral standards, their moral learnings to a wider population, as well as educate people to become learned human beings, essentially. And so the product of that thought became what is today's Union College, where we are right now. What's pretty interesting about this campus, the feel I got, is it feels more like a boarding school than it does a major college. It's very small, it's very compact, it's very clear where their center is, right here in front of us. And the buildings are all low. If you're to take a look around, which I'll do in a second, the perimeter of this area, the buildings don't reach more than 3 stories high. There may be a reason for that. And one reason may be they don't want to overshadow this Nott building with, let's describe it, the 16 sides, stonework, multicolored stone. You've got light gray as well as dark gray. There's old window work. There's pillars. There are gray pillars, and then there are some pinkish red pillars, and then on top there's this copper green pillars as well as windows. And on top of that, the tiles, multicolored. There's reds, there's blacks, there's whites, and there's hexagonal features on the tip top of it. So really fascinating structure. I think any architecture buff will be quite impressed with this, as you just don't see these type of structures in the US. This is very atypical of American architecture. And so I think I've run out of kind of things to say about it. But hopefully as I'm walking around, you can just get a feel for the multi-sidedness of it, the height of it. It looks like it's maybe 6-7 stories high, maybe 70 feet high. And it's probably perfectly round if you step inside. Obviously it's got these sides, but the interior most likely is just a circle. I think it's locked right now, so I can't get in, but that is the Nott in a nutshell. And we've come back to the front. And now I'll just show you the perimeter. So here's the perimeter. Just see these low-lying buildings here. the church down there. And then there's just a very simple football field here. Just a few lines marked that says Union College, and it's got the 2 poled field goal stands. And then a large building in the background, and I think that's the Adirondacks right behind it. So, very simple campus, beautiful, but certainly not a feeling of a major university here. Yeah, this is a very selective school and very highly ranked. So, yeah, just pretty interesting place to stop and see if you're visiting Schenectady.